So, good morning. It is morning. It is raining in Eretz Yisrael. It is 10 in the morning. Just came back from the Kaisel, the Kotel, as we say in Beit Shemesh. And it's Shabbat Shira, Chris Yamsov, and it's literally a lot of rain. So it's good rain, unless you have to walk in it, and your shoes have holes in it. That's the only problem in Eretz Yisrael. You don't really prepare for the rain. When it rains, you're kind of like shocked that it rains. So your shoes have little holes in it, or you're wearing Crocs or something, and it's cold. You're not really prepared for it. But Baruch Hashem, it's raining, so that's good. Some good news there. So this week's Parsha, Shabbat Shira, and just a side note, how underrated, underappreciated Kriyas Yamsuf is. We go our whole lives out, the mitzvah every day to remember Mitzrayim, but there's no mitzvah to remember Kriyas Yamsuf. And theoretically, according to the Ramban, that this was the real closure of Mitzrayim. This was it. The people were still scared of Mitzrayim. Akdei Kach, Ramban, 600 chariots chasing millions of Jews. Why was everyone so scared? Because they still were slaves, really. So the question is, why don't we have more appreciation for the Yam Suf? We know in the fancy Seder every year, 200 miracles, 250 miracles, many more miracles took place at the Yam Suf than the Mitzrayim. So why is there a mitzvah, Mitzrayim, Shema, twice a day, every day of your life, Kriyas Yam Suf? And we talk about it, we say it in davening, but just food for thought. If you mention it, and if you have a good answer for me, just let me know. Just see which one sounds to me that Kriyas Yam Suf is a bigger deal. This got the Jews really prepared more to believe in Hashem. V'yin Hashem, Moshe Avdo. They didn't believe as much in Mitzrayim. They believe now. Now they sing. So apparently there wasn't a singing time. So it sounds like this was a bigger deal. We should remember every day Kriyas Yam Suf. And I have a mitzvah of maybe 2 mitzvahs. I don't know. Just thinking about it today with the other day. So, side note. So this week's Parsha really brings 2 thoughts together. The Shalom really brings these 2 ideas that were kind of jumping around in my head. And so a couple days ago, the Shalom kind of puts these pieces together. So we know the fancy Ramban, everyone knows, I hope everyone knows. It's quoted almost every year. You have this, someone brings it up at some Torah somewhere. So the Ramban in last week's Parshas Bo, talks about nature and the miracles, and talks about mezuzah in last week's Parsha, why Siyas Mitzrayim, Tefillin, Zech Mitzrayim, mezuzah. So all these pieces really show the Siyas Mitzrayim. What's the point of this? The point is to remember that Hashem really did a job in Mitzrayim, changed nature around. And only someone who can change nature is the one who put nature in place. Someone could move a boulder, but they put the boulder there. So we talk about nature and miracles. The Ramban says, listen, don't get so crazy impressed with miracles and the rest of their lives. It's just the sun, it's just the moon. There's waves because it's the tide, it's not God or whatever it is. No, Mitzrayim is so important. It's a mitzvah every day to remember Mitzrayim, because Hashem literally turned the laws of nature upside down, which comes to prove that Hashem put the nature there. In other words, the fact that we don't open the miracles today, that's not doesn't mean you shouldn't believe in Hashem. If you believe in Hashem did Mitzrayim, then you believe in Hashem brought the sun up. That's kind of really more what the Ramban says. And people quote this all the time. Really, you don't go a year without someone mentioning this. In Kansas City, I remember Rabbi Jasher mentioned this in Kansas City this year. Why doesn't God just come down in halftime, the Super Bowl, and say, God's here? And the point is, no. Then we don't have Bechira. The point is to believe in Hashem without the miracles. That's Mitzrayim. Hashem had to show them miracles. They weren't Jews, really. They had no mitzvahs, they had no Torah. Hashem had to do really great miracles to put this belief system that there's God that could change everything around. Nowadays, we believe in Mitzrayim, that miracles took place then, and therefore Hashem changed miracles and natures then. Hashem is doing it today. Sun coming up, it's not just, that's because each day Hashem puts the sun up, and each day Hashem puts the sun down, and the grass is growing, and the water and rain. Everything is, so that's fancy Ramban, which unfortunately I didn't get the chance to say it last week at the table. But 2 years ago, I was at a Siyum My good friend Sammy's son finished Megillah and Daf Yomi. He made a siyum. Pretty sure it's Megillah. And Mr. Morheim, Sammy's dad, it must have been this week, because Shabbos Shir, he turns to me and says, you know this famous Noam elimelech? I said, no, fortunately not. It says, b'soch hayam bayabasha. Okay. He goes, well, you're supposed to think of Hashem, b'soch hayam bayabasha, that not just in the water Hashem is there, but even in the dry land. A real true Oved Hashem, real B'toach Hashem, a real person who trusts in Hashem, believes that daily stuff is miracles in the daily stuff. Don't just say, oh, some miracle happened to me, a bus didn't hit me today, or I was traveling and I skidded off the road and I was saved. Yes, Hashem saved you then, but even daily stuff, you're supposed to believe in Hashem as well. Okay, so 2 years ago, I made a note of that. Great Vart, Noam elimelech, thanks, Mr. Morheim. And it makes sense. And I never put these two ideas together. The Ramban with miracles and open miracles and small miracles in nature. And b'soch hayam bayabasha, Noam elimelech. Okay, another thought. Fantastic. I told a couple days ago. So the nesivos shalom literally puts this in together in a relatively short piece. So literally, nesivos shalom usually it's like 2 or 3 pages, 4 pages. So bshalach, this piece is a page and a half. But here, he actually makes that bridge. And I was like blown away, because these two ideas are really the same thing nesivos shalom says. Because just like the Ramban says, small miracles, big miracles, nature is all Hashem. And Noam elimelech, who says literally that, now I forgot. Noam elimelech, who says that it's b'soch hayam bayabasha, not just the sea and war, but even bayabasha, dry land, regular stuff is Hashem. nesivos shalom puts it together. This is exactly the point. The point is, it's all from Hashem, which is why we know the famous Gemara says, zivug and parnasa is like kriyas yamsuf. And the question is, well, God does everything. It's all easy. I mean, kriyas yamsuf is, parnasa is hard, zivug is hard, like kriyas yamsuf, it's all easy, it's all difficult. What's the point? The point is no. The point is, zivug and parnasa, for us, we tend to think this is just literally our own doing. I took the girl on a date here, or I'm dressing a certain way, she's that. That's all me. And same thing, and maintaining your shalom bias, maintaining your zivug. Also, it's what I do, it's this, that, and the other. Parnasa, the same thing. It's all on me. If I work hard, I take this extra course, then I'll make it. If I do well, or I do this, whether I cut corners or cheat a little bit, I got to do this, it's all on me. And the point is no. nesivos shalom says, just like kriyas yamsuf was God, zivug and parnasa is also by God. We believe in the big things, you believe in the small things too. Everything's from Hashem. And this bridge to kind of put these things together is really what the nesivos shalom talks about. And the person, what a point is every person, is to make that leap. Unfortunately, what's taking place is, it's a rough week in Eretz Yisrael for all the Jews, but we believe that this is what Hashem wanted. And if you don't believe it, then you don't believe in Moshe Avdo. You don't believe in Taras Moshe. It's not just a small piece. I believe in Hashem for certain things. Mitzrayim, I believe that. Bereshis, I believe in that. But that Hashem wanted these people to die? No, that's what the Gzeira was, and that's exactly that. And to kind of deny for some of it, and be okay and say I believe in Hashem for X, but not Y, that's saying nothing. That's literally avodah zarah. So that's something that, again, it's not intuitive for most or anybody, but this is something that we have to work on, and that's our job as Ovdei Hashem, is to always remember this. That's all the B'Shamayim. Everything's from Hashem. The big things, the small things, miracles, and nature, it's all B'dei Shemayim. Shabbat Shalom.